welcome or welcome back to another video. A special welcome to all of my newbies service. The family is very happy to have you. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, kindly do so to join our amazing family. And to all of my returning service, I see you. Thank you so much for your love and support. I can't do this all by myself. I need you to help with the growth of this channel, and you're doing just amazing. Thank you so much. I am immensely grateful. In previous videos, we looked at low vibrational behaviors and energy, and we also have seen how messy they can get. The links to these videos are in the description below or up here somewhere. You can click on it to take you right there if you haven't seen those videos already. Today's video is about taking the neutral path. Let's take you through how to get there. The neutral path simply means the middle path. However, no perfection exists in the world of God. There is always one step ahead. Plus, the physical world is a place of duality. What I'm simply saying over here is that don't be too skewed towards positive or negative energy. Always try to find yourself somewhere in the middle. So now, let's demonstrate what I'm talking about with this happiness scale of 1 to 10. Happiness is good and all, but I don't expect you to be on or at a 10 all the time or at a 1 all of the time. Being somewhere between 4 to 7 is okay. It can be considered the neutral path. No matter how much you find yourself going overboard to the extremes on this scale, you have to try to get yourself back to the middle path. Just pay attention, be alert, never be too happy, never be too sad. Here and there. Be in the middle. That's what we're looking for. Now let's get into how we can get ourselves on the middle path most of the time. I won't say all the time because that's never possible. So most of the time. And number 1 on this list is the right act. The right act is the act that serves the progress of all. Any act that will bring the greatest good to the greatest number of people is the right act. If it is a breakup that will bring both parties peace of mind, it is the right act. If it is losing a loved one who has been battling a chronic disease, it is the right act. It frees your pocket and it frees your time, and it goes a long way to also free them of pain. If your heart's desires are being delayed, it is Spirit's way of teaching you patience, teaching you to trust in it. By so doing, Spirit does its job, and you also get the opportunity to get closer to spiritual liberation. It is for the good of all. If you lied or cheated in a relationship and you got caught, it will teach you a lesson one way or the other. The next time you find yourself in a position to take a decision, you would know better and you would know the right thing to do. That's good, ain't it? There is no need dragging your sadness to 1 on the scale of happiness or turning to drugs just because you're facing hardships in a particular period of your life, or thinking about suicidal thoughts just because things are not going your way. Relax. It's all part of the divine plan. All is in order. The right act is understanding that all things are working in your favor. All beings of all the universes of God are in accord with the will of the Supreme Being. Whether it looks like it or not, it is what it is. It is what you do with or how you handle your opportunities for growth that count. You are never alone. So how do we know an act is right? You guessed right. Inner work. Go within. Do not take any action without consulting a higher force. It could be your spiritual master, it could be God, it could be the universe. Whatever occurs to you as a higher force, please consult it. It says, ask and it shall be given unto you. Knock and it shall be opened. Seek and you shall find. And if you come to master the art of consulting, you will come to realize that all things are right, no matter how weird it may seem. According to Brianna West in her book, The Mountain Is You, everything in life does one of three things: shows you to yourself, heals a part of yourself, lets you enjoy a part of yourself. So experience everything. Everything leads to a greater end. Just be mindful of how you react to your opportunities for growth. Stop worrying about where the wind is going and enjoy the breeze. Always choose the neutral path. See, you all keep underestimating your power of the Holy Spirit. Let me share a personal experience with you. Exactly 1 year after my dark night of soul, or my winter season, I did a spiritual exercise, and in contemplation, I made a request. I asked the spiritual master to show me how far I have come. I didn't expect the response to be instant, but this is what I got. Later that night, I had a dream. And in the dream, I was the owner of this beautiful house. The house was so beautiful, I just couldn't get enough of it. And as I was touring the house and admiring the building, I encountered one wall face. It was so dirty with moss all over. Another thing I hate the sight of in real life is moss, what some people call green. As soon as I wake up, I knew exactly what this was about. I got the message right away. Let's take a look at the journey once more. I started from a public toilet with shit all over the place to a whole house. Stunning view. Beautiful. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? I hope so. There has been an expansion in consciousness. I have cleaned up most of the shit. I say most because there was still a dirty wall in my new house, which signifies that I've still got some more work to do, some more cleaning to do. And this time around, it wasn't shit, it was moss. For those of you who studied biology in school, you will know that moss is a plant. I just personally don't like the sight of it. It simply goes a long way to prove that there will always be a step ahead. There is nothing like I have arrived on this journey. Once we interact with people day in and day out, there will always be work for us to do, because these people, they will be peopling. It didn't end there. I went for my final review at the hospital, and as soon as I entered the doctor's office, she was like, "Hey, Ifwa, you have transformed, oh. You are an entirely new person. I can confidently say that the Ifwa that came here then is totally different than the Ifwa that is here now. Two different people entirely." We left it off and then we went right ahead to the reason I was there. But then I instantly knew it was clearly a golden tongued wisdom from the question I asked the Holy Spirit. My winter season hit me from the angle of my health. To say I was almost dead is an understatement, which is why the doctor said the Ifwa then and the Ifwa now are entirely two different people, which I agree. It didn't end there. I was having a chat with my mom and she said she had a dream about me. In her dream, I was renovating my entire apartment. I changed everything, including the bulbs, and there was a golden light all around while I was at work. Do you see what I'm seeing? It still didn't end there. I had a knock on my door and it was my landlady. She wanted to see Mama. Luckily, Mama was around. She said she had a dream about us and she narrated the dream to her pastor, and her pastor asked her to come and tell us. So the long and short of her dream was that something good was coming our way. So her pastor asked her to come and tell us to pray about it so that we can receive all of the good things God is preparing to come our way. That's why she came to us. That's what she came to tell us that faithful morning. So you see, hasn't the Holy Spirit over answered my question? Dare to be audacious. Another point I want to make, especially from the angle of the landlady, is that when you take your spiritual life seriously, when you take your spiritual exercises seriously, the benefit extends to your entire surroundings. Your pets will feel it, your neighbors will feel it. People have shared countless experiences where pets have saved them from the evil doings of others in the dream state. They wake up and the pet is either dead or is dying or is on the verge of dying. Allow yourself to be used by the Holy Spirit. This brings us to the next point on staying on the neutral path, which is be a channel. Learn to declare yourself a channel. Do everything in the name of the highest force you trust. Students of Ekankar trust in the Mahanta, which is an embodiment of the Holy Spirit. Believe it or not, it is what it is. I'm not here to convince you. You have to experience it for it to become your truth. So whatever highest force you trust, do everything in its name. All you're doing is simply asking the force to use you. By so doing, you won't deviate so much from the will of God in your life. You get to do the exact things this particular lifetime is designed for. And even if it includes doing bad things, trust me, that is what you need for growth, for your spiritual liberation. Life is not just about this lifetime. It is an interconnection of lifetimes, which is why most of the things we do or see or hear don't really make sense to us. Tell me why I should be adulting right from the age of 2. Would that even be possible if this lifetime was the only one we had or have had? We would all be mumus, because everyone will be a novice. There will be no master, there will be no servant. The world will have been a place, a hub for mumus. So, the earlier you accept that this is not your first time coming here, the better for you. Don't be too hard on yourself though. Remember, it is all part of the divine plan. No one is 100% positive and no one is 100% negative. The opposition to right action will always be strong. The goal is to be on the neutral path. It doesn't mean we will always be there. It's never a linear curve. There will definitely be good and evil times, and proper and improper seasons for doing right actions. Don't be so concerned with what is right or wrong. Just trust that the Holy Spirit will use you for the deeds as it knows best fit your spiritual purpose. Even if it looks wrong to an observer, always trust the doings of the Holy Spirit. Trust and obey. Trust and obey. Soul is constantly evolving. If you know someone and you haven't had any contact with them in the last 4 years or even 6 months, I'm sorry, you do not know them. You have to reintroduce yourself. They have to also reintroduce themselves because things may never be the same. Okay? Souls evolve every now and then, especially when you are putting in the work. And whoever has put in the work may not allow room for old acquaintances, because personally I'm dealing with anyone who is not a vibrational match. I've grown out of that space. I don't need that. I need to keep my vibrational frequency intact. I'm either staying here or moving higher. Going lower is not an option. It's not part of the equation. So no. The time span for change depends on your commitment and consistency with your inner work, self-development, and self-improvement. Just as the saying goes, take God seriously and it will take you seriously. There are zillions of souls in existence, and it's only natural for God to align with the serious ones for its assignment. No time wasting. If you want to join the train, get serious. It's as simple as that. The third and last action to take to help you stay on the neutral path, the middle path, is to look to the Holy Spirit. I can't emphasize on this enough. Always keep your attention on the Holy Spirit. Look to it for your salvation and your way to freedom, and never to any form of limitations. Now, how do you do this? By constantly being in a contemplative mood. You can use a mantra, a charged word, words of affirmation. Just have it on replay on your subconscious mind. It's simply a way of filling your subconscious mind with only the things you wish for And if something that is way beyond your control is bothering you, it may be an annoying boss or subordinate, you can simply repeat to yourself, I surround myself with the golden light of the Holy Spirit. It takes your attention off of them and puts it onto the light or the Holy Spirit. Because at the same time, you are imagining that there is a golden light around you. That's what I do, though. You can try it, it really helps. Another benefit of putting your attention on the Holy Spirit is that it saves you from unnecessary anger. People say I'm good at ignoring people. No, I'm not ignoring you. My attention is focused on the light because I need my vibrational frequency to be intact. I am not compromising on that. If you know the pain I went through to get it to how it is now, you'd understand me better. So if you're feeling ignored, it simply means that I'm not feeling your vibe. It's my journey, honey. I can hire and fire at any time I see the need to. When I said I am for a drama-free life, I meant it. I don't care who you are. My peace of mind is my number one priority. I fought for it with my life on the line. So my peace comes first. If I don't feel at peace in an environment, I will leave. Abundance is available to all. All you need to do is to tune in. The worlds of God are unimaginably vast. And it is so impossible to not have the things that we wish for. Make good use of this gift of life. Change the script as and when. Change the story. Be the great author that you are. You are more powerful than you think. Make good use of your gifts. You have everything you need, even before landing in this world. The more you practice the first and second actions to staying on the neutral path, the sooner you will fall into the pattern of right act, right speech, right duty, and right hearing. Through this, you will eventually become spiritually aligned and spiritually liberated, and then your truest self can now function in its full capacity. You will become unbreakable, unshakable, unstoppable, untouchable. The choice is yours, Phyllis. The time is now. Get right on the neutral path. This brings us to the end of today's video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything new, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Until my next video, don't forget to love divinely and unconditionally. Bye-bye.